My name is Ben, and I've been given the honour of being Gareth's best man. I have to admit, I was a bit nervous about doing this, so you might have seen me stood at the bar quite a lot this afternoon. I'd like to start by saying how lovely Val looks, and also how great the bridesmaids look. And Gareth, well, you look very smart, not even the hair out of place. There comes a time in everyone's life when they meet their true love, their soulmate, the person that's going to know and love them for the rest of their lives. That moment came for Gareth 13 years ago when he met me. And having known Val since soon after Gareth first met her, I have to say she's a great girl. She's smart and caring, and she deserves a good husband. It's just lucky Gareth got there first. I admit, I do think they're perfect for each other, but I do feel a bit sorry for Val. Having to look after children at school, and then having to look after another child. Now, I'd like to say I was going to go easy on Gareth, but after finding out I was third choice for best man, and Christian, I figured that anything goes. In fact, after finding out I was third choice, I told Gaz that I wouldn't do it unless he got down on one knee. I'll be distributing these round the table. Now, Gareth has a bit of a height complex and thinks he's over 6 foot. I think we all know he's only 5'6" at best. He's a great guy and we are good friends, but we don't really share much in common. I have a love of surfing and Gareth has a love of trying to surf. I have a love of fast cars. Gareth has a love of crashing cars. I have a love of good quality food, and Gareth has a love of protein. It's an average meal from the Gareth protein powder. Gareth is the kind of person that can brighten a person's day simply by saying bye. Now, in Gaz's early life, he was a model student attending Wembury Primary School and then sadly attends Plymstock Secondary School. During his time in Wembury, he met a young Daniel Ray. Hand up please, Dan. Over there. And the two became good friends. So good, in fact, that I remember a story where Gareth and a friend held Dan down and put chili in his eyes. Dan, struggling, reached for the only object to hand, which happened to be a knife, and tapped it into Gareth's leg. From that day on, no one messed with Dan ever again. Now, I haven't met Gareth at this stage. We met at the age of 16 or 17 because of our mutual friend Dan over there. We first met at one of Dan's amazing field parties. Dan had left us to light the fire while we went back to the house to get some food. When Dan returned, Gareth had managed to find a flamethrower in the shed for clearing weeds, and I had managed to find a can of petrol which we could pour on the fire. Needless to say, Dan was not happy when he returned. He was even less happy when we found a Ninja Star in the shed and he used to play frisbee with it. Now, when I first met Gareth, I recall him having hair. And I think some of you probably will as well. But I do have some photographic evidence. Now this is Gareth, who's going for his long hair phase.
Lucy, was that your hair?
Yeah. This is next one's Gareth when he's going for his Rasta phase. You can see he's trying to grow some dreadlocks here. After finishing school, Gareth went to Cardiff University, where he studied for a biology degree. Gareth was a little unsure about what to do when he finished university, so he tried his hand at numerous different jobs. Firstly, he did a bit of acting, starring in Die Hard, Die Hard 2, and sooner named Bruce Willis. He then starred in EastEnders alongside his brother Bryn. He then tried his hand at a bit of singing, starring in the band Right Said Fred. After a failing acting and singing career, Gareth decided to come back to Plymouth to see more of me and to start a degree in podiatry in order to feed his foot fetish. It was here in Plymouth that he met Val. Apparently, he noticed her well-kept feet across a busy dance floor. During his time in Plymouth, Gareth and I became better friends, and Gareth introduced me to some of his film star friends, namely Paul Foster, over there, who also stars in Neighbours as Toadfish, Christian Allen, who also goes by the name Steven Seagal, and James Blake, who played young Superman. After less than a year of Gareth and Valerie being together, Valerie had left Gareth to do a good thing and teach in schools in Tanzania. It was at this stage that Gareth became serious about surfing, and I decided to take him under my wing and teach him everything I know. It was a tough time, and I had to save Gareth's life on more than one occasion. Once at Bobby Sands, when the rip was too strong for him, I had to pull him out by the leash. And another on a night out when Gareth decided to jump into Barbican Harbour, as the pressure of trying to be as great as me was too much for him. Gareth has a few other hobbies other than surfing. He likes to think he knows a lot about cars, and that by having a £10 chippy he's ordered off eBay, will add an extra 100 horsepower to his Golf GTI. Oh no, sorry, the Golf's a sore subject. Out of the 3 years had, he has managed to crash them all. One into a brick wall, one into a river that he thought was a road, and the last one just blew up because he couldn't handle his terrible drive. Now, I thought I would say a few words about the stag, but then I realised what goes on stag stays on stag. So instead, I'll just show you some pictures of some random people. Now here we can see this gentleman was named Per Heimlich, and we met him on a night out. This young lady here was Frau Gaswina, our bar girl. And finally, we've got Frau Gaswina and her husband, Herr Gaswina. So, this brings us up to the present day. Now, most of you will have noticed Gareth's right hand. Hold it up, Gareth. He's broken his finger. Now, this was his last ditch attempt to try and get out of the wedding. Except, he broke the right finger on the wrong hand. Now, I'd like to make a toast to Gaz and Val, and to have some friends who can't be here, mainly because Gaz has fallen out with them about global warming. No, seriously, it's Gaz and Val.